guys feeling as a defensive unit?
We've been going at it all week, just trying to get better, fixing all the small mistakes that we made, just focusing on the small details and stacking up the small wins and hoping that they'll all add up into something big on Saturday.
What do you think has went well for you guys as a group so far in the early season?
Uh, we've done a great job of staying together throughout tough situations, and we just need to keep getting better with that.
And then this weekend, what are you guys hoping to accomplish from a defensive perspective?
They have a pretty good run game, so we want to shut that down early, and we want to get out there, just fly around, play fast, play some ball.
Going on the road to Kearney, how do you guys feel about playing another game away from home? It's been a while since you guys have been back in Emporia.
It's just another opportunity for us to go out there and do what we do. We're really excited. We're blessed. We just want to go play ball.
Awesome. All righty. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. For you, as you go into this being, your first MIAA game, what is that like, knowing that, the intensity level just naturally goes up in these conference games?
So I've taken this week of practice. I've taken it extremely serious, and I've just been laser focused on all the small details.
And Coach Laporto has said, in terms of those details, that this Kearney offense is really an explosive offense. They rely on those explosive plays to get their scores. How does that kind of predicate what you guys need to be looking for defensively against them?
It's all about us doing our 111th. Every man out there, we just got to do our job. And if we're all on the right page, we're going to be straight at the end of the day, no matter what.
Perfect.
Appreciate it.
So when you get a chance at the end of the game to kind of turn on the Jets like that for a 90-yard score, what's that like?
It's exciting. I mean, obviously you want it to win, but it just shows what our offense can be. Just get into our spots for our quarterback, trusting that he's going to get us the ball, and then when we get the ball out here, just being playmakers like I know we can be. It's just really just showing a glimpse of what our offense can become.
This Nebraska Kearney defense has been really stingy, not just this year, but the last few years. What's stood out to you as you've kind of studied up on the Lopers and how you guys need to try to attack them?
Just trust our abilities. Trust what our coaches is preaching us every week and what we see on film. They have good DBs, they have a good defense, but I take our guys versus anybody any day of the week. So I just feel like we've practiced really hard this week. We've did our 1%. We focused on the detailed things that we've been preaching since this bye week. And I feel like with the opportunities we were given, we're going to execute pretty well.
Jason?
How do you feel that your chemistry with Ben is coming along so far this season?
I feel like it's good. We talk all the time. We watch film all the time together. We've been on the same page a lot. It's just going to continue to get better. He's new to the offense, so just getting in the spots where he's comfortable making the throws and being there for him with whatever he needs me to be. I feel like that's really big. But I feel like our chemistry has grown. It's going to continue to grow, and we're just going to continue to get better through the season.
And then what kind of message are you guys trying to send as an offense coming off the bye week now into a road game at MIAA test?
Just show that we're explosive. That everybody should watch out for. Is that we have playmakers at every level, from the running back to the quarterbacks to the receivers and the tight ends as well. We can make a play at any given time. We can take a slant to the crib. We can take a post to the crib. It really doesn't matter. When we're getting the opportunity, we can execute anywhere on the field.
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. All right, Blake. Well, obviously, when you have a bye week like that, I'm certain that it probably helps with trying to move on and flush. How did you kind of just flush that out of your mind? You want to learn from the mistakes and everything, but at the same time, you don't want that game to come back and mentally beat you the next game. How did you go about just flushing the Angela trip?
It's obviously hard. Like I hate losing. So when it happens, I just got to take a step back and just focus on how I can get better. Some things were out of my hands, and there was times I just was pressing too much, and I think I heard Coach Higgs say, I think it was the Hornet talk the other night, no one else shouldered it more than me, and that's true. I felt everything, and I felt bad, really, really bad. So I think the bye week really helped me just getting back to the details, focusing on the little things that matter.
Not that it's it's not all on Ben Harris. Emporia State wins and loses, but as you've gone back, trying to control the things that you can control. What have you picked up on your self-scout that you feel like, okay, that's an area that I would like to try to use this bye week to work on?
It's just definitely like as a quarterback, having good feet is never like that's all. Like you can be the best in the league, and you still see those guys working on footwork. I mean, it's important. So definitely, I know I got a strong arm. I know I can make throws, but if my feet are wrong, then it's just going to be harder to make those throws. So definitely working on footwork all the time, even during game week. I mean, it's never ending.
Kind of interesting that a former Emporia State quarterback may start for them, and you played for Coach Held when he was at North Alabama. What's that like going against him? What was it like to be coached with Coach Held when you guys were down south?
I think it's funny. It's just a small world. I mean, like I saw he got the Kearney job when I was in, I think it was my second year after he left. But no, Coach Held's a great guy. So I mean, I know a little bit about what we did on the offensive side. So I mean, but I mean, he was a great coach. But you know, unfortunate how the things ended up there. But I'm just excited. It's just another game, another day to get better, and I'm just ready to prove some people wrong.
Jason.
Ben, how do you feel that you've been able to develop chemistry with your receivers so far this season?
I think it's great. I mean, like I said this in the beginning, I think it was before the Minot game. Like, when I have guys asking me questions, it makes me feel more confident in my job because they're like, hey, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to make you right, so you just got to get open. Like, that's just at the end of the day. And, like, we hang out all the time. Like, I'm cool with it. Like, I've thrown at every receiver on this team. The chemistry is never ending.
That's awesome. Tell me your mentality going into this road game against Kearney. You guys haven't played back home in Emporia in a while. You guys come back home next weekend. How important is it to get a win this weekend?
Yeah, like just like you said right there, get a win. I mean, it's 1-0. That's how we got to treat every week, and then we'll look up and see where we're at so far. But I believe it's going 1-0 every day. It's just what's important now. It's our motto, win. So what's important now is getting the win on Saturday. So we don't even look down the line. We just look into this Saturday at 12 o'clock.
And then lastly, what do you feel like you guys accomplished as an offense during the bye week?
Just definitely getting back on the same page. Like I said a little bit earlier, I felt like I was pressing it too much and, just kind of missing some throws, missing some reads. So definitely just honing back in on the details, kind of just going over, our base plays and just connecting with the guys again just to make it easier on me and them.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you too, Ben. All right, Blake, whenever you are. Coach, and you talked to the team after practice yesterday, and I think told them what they already knew. This is a big, important game. How do you you want to put pressure on the guys? There is pressure on the guys, but not put too much pressure coming back because everybody wants to really perform as well as they can, especially after a loss. How do you kind of go about that as a head coach and work as you talk about the psychological aspect of the game?
Well, I'm a psychology major, so you'd think I'd have a pretty good answer, right? I mean, I just the one thing that I always think about as a coach is just being open and upfront with the team, and I think that again with this group that we have, and I say this a lot, is we just have to coach them with everything that we do, and I mean that's everything with just their habits and practice, what to wear before a game. It's really crazy, but that's just where we're at, And I think that I feel like that it's been kind of camp a little bit again because we played 2 games, kind of feel like you're getting ready to get into a routine. We didn't play very well at all against Angelo, and then we have an open date. All right, so I know that our players are ready to play. Again, it's just reminding them of what we need to do to give ourselves an opportunity to win this football game.
You mentioned how hard that Ben took it on himself, and I asked him. Obviously, it's not Ben Harris losing the game; Emporia State loses the game. But how do you feel like he's handled that? And again, just dealing with that pressure that comes with being the starting quarterback of any college football team.
I think he's dealt with it really well. I think that, he is learning to kind of deal with me a little bit, and kind of our expectations for that position here. And the one thing about Ben, and I've said this, is the reason he took it so hard is because he cares so much about this football program. For a guy that's been here in the spring, over the summertime, and then, now here we are in the fall, and he's not even been here a full year. Like I've said this, he's married to the program. He's not just dating us, and he's loyal to this program, and it means something to him. So, and at the end of the day, that's a great start right there. Yes, are there things that he's got to get better at? Yes, but when you care, you're going to do everything you can to make sure that you're working on those things necessary to play better.
Jason.
Coach, how do you feel like the team treated the bye week? Do you feel like it was a successful week?
Well, I think with this year's team, Jason, we didn't kind of give them a chance to, to kind of worry about how they were going to treat it. We were going to treat it as a certain way as coaches, and we worked them really hard. It's different. Now, we haven't had very many bye weeks. Now, last year we did, and it was the 7th week, which I thought, man, this is going to be great. It's the 7th week. This is the right time. But we didn't finish the season the way we needed to. So this one's early, so it's a little bit different. I think, number one, it's tough to go into an open week when you lose your previous game. I wanted them to feel it and feel like, hey, it's, it pays to be a winner. And it's not fun when you lose a game. So we got after him pretty good, I felt like, and didn't let up on him. We did a lot of good on good. Our number one offense against the number one defense. We didn't do anything live, and then we had an opportunity to give our young guys some reps too as well. But we pushed them and we didn't let up off them. So we just didn't give them a chance. It was our job as coaches to make sure that we took care of the open date the right way. And I don't know if we did or not, but that's what we decided to do.
From your perspective, how have Ben and the receivers been able to develop chemistry so far this year?
It's a work in progress. But again, I'm going to go back to how important it is for Ben. I think, he's one of those guys that if practice is over, he's not going to go in. I mean, he's going to, if there's something he feels like he didn't do a very good job of at practice, he's going to work on it that day. And I think our receivers see that in him. And I think they see the part about, he wants to be the best quarterback that he can be. And I think receivers respect that. Now, they still have to continue to get reps together to develop that chemistry, which I think it's for having a brand new starter at quarterback. I think it's good. It's above average, I would say, but it's not where we need it to be. And so that's kind of how I think that they've developed that chemistry, where it's like the middle part of it, seeing Ben, like I said, with his work ethic, and then they got to continue to get reps to be better in that area.
And then my last question for you, what's the mentality now going into a road test before you guys return home, having only played one home game this season? Does it feel a little extra important to grab a win before returning home?
Jason. I know this is cliche, but we need to get a win. There's no question. I mean, we're only 2 weeks into the season. Every game is conference. It's a conference game. It should start there. So it's the most important game we've played up to this point. Number one, it's the next game. I know you hear that all the time. But the second thing is now our non-conference games are gone. All games matter, but these really matter. These are conference games. We got to go on the road again. I wish I knew exactly how we were going to play. All right, and with this year, I just don't know. And again, just being open out. Now I feel like that we've had good practices. And what I really like about this group, I really do, is I think we're talented and I think we're very competitive.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.